Hey, what up, besties? I'm back with another video. Besties, I'm so excited for today's video. As you can see in the title and you can see with the makeup look that I did, yes, I am going to interview a trans sister. For those of you that don't know what trans means, para los que no saben qué quiere decir trans, trans quiere decir como when you transition from a man to a woman. A lot of people are against it. I don't really care about those people, and nobody should care about those fucking people that are very fucking negative. Gay people have always been criticized and everything, and we still here. So for all my trans sisters out there, nunca le hagan caso a esa gente pendeja. Never underestimate your beauty, because y'all are so beautiful, and los que los critican es por envidia or porque no soportan. But yeah, bestie, this is the makeup look that I did for today. Very, very trans, the colors of, you know, the trans flag. I'm just waiting for the sister, for my trans sister. I'm gonna have like an interview going on for her. So I have about 18 questions max. So ahorita se los voy a presentar. Once she arrives, then aquí la pongo para que la conozcan, la miren y todo, besties. Y'all know me. Y besties, I have a quick question for y'all. En lo que llega la trans sister. Would you, besties, be down for me to record a YouTube video with one of my ex-girlfriends? I feel like that's gonna be fucking morbo, dude. Like morbo. So let me know in the comment section below. Anybody want fucking dogs? They're for free. Okay, now that they shut the fuck up, then I can continue with the video. Yeah, like I was saying, besties, if y'all are down to see something like that, let me know in the comment section below. If I have at least 3-4 people wanting that video, then y'all, bestie, got you. Yo me pongo en contact con ella y todo, y we do like a video. It might be like an interview video. It can be anything. Y'all know me, besties. So when I'm gonna shut the hell up already, I'm just gonna wait for my drag sister. Oh, and also she's a drag queen. So I'm gonna wait for my drag/trans sister, and we'll be right back. Okay, besties, well, I'm back. I have my friend here, my sis. She's right here in front of me. I'm gonna go ahead and sit her right here and have like a little presentation going on for y'all, besties, so y'all get to know Miss Kaya Kyles.
Hi.
So this is Kaya Kyles. She's coming from a city near me. And I'm so happy she did this video with me. I'm like, hey, are you sure you're gonna come? Because like, I didn't want to do my makeup, and then, oh, you know what? I'm not gonna be able to go.
What's up, bro?
What up, man?
Hey, what's up?
Oh. Hello? So I'm like, fuck, you know? So anything you want to say to my besties? So Kaya Kyles is gonna give y'all the social medias, besties. That she's a drag queen also, so y'all can go support. You know, if you're not close by or anything, we have that Cash App. We have everything, girls. So if you want to give them your social media, I'm gonna post it right here. But I just want her to say it real quick.
Okay, so my social media is Kaya Kyles on Facebook and on Instagram and Twitter. So,
everywhere.
That's everywhere.
Okay, so it's gonna be very, very self-explanatory, very, very easy and basic. So y'all, besties, if y'all want to follow my sis, it's Kaya Kyles, Kaya Kyles. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the questions. I'm gonna be interviewing my trans woman sis. So the first question is, how did you come out with the name Kaya?
That is story to tell. So basically, I didn't come out with the name Kaya. I came out with the name Kayla.
Oh, okay.
But when I typed it into social media with Facebook, once you set a name, it doesn't let you go in there and modify until 30 days later. So I forgot the L, and it came out to just Kaya.
So you're like,
And
fuck it, I'll just
well, yeah, after a while, it's like everybody started meeting me, getting to know me, and everyone started calling me Kaya. So yeah, once the 30 days came up and I had the option to change it, I just left it.
Oh, okay.
So-
Well, it was
so
a
now
meant to
I'm
be.
Kaya.
It was a meant to be, Kaya. That's good. That's
Yes.
good. Okay, so what's the hardest thing about being a trans woman?
Oh, the honestly, I don't know.
Maybe
I
like the
haven't-
criticism, maybe like ugly people, or
I have been
like pain. Like 'cause y'all feel pain as well, right? When
Yes.
you do the hormones.
Well, the emotional aspect of it, I guess, to me, like, as a doctor is trying to adjust our medications, is like I'll jump from one end of the spectrum to another, and my emotions are the ones that are like all up and down.
Oh, okay.
You know,
They're like
a lot of
unbalanced.
times,
It's like,
yes,
oh,
it's like, I mean, we just went to PVDs this last Sunday, and I was fine, and we were fine and everything. Then me and Buffy go outside, and she's like, "Oh," and she mentioned something that I forgot what it made me remember, and I just broke down, and I'm like, "I gotta go, I can't go." It's like, "You go pay," and I took off and I left, and I was like,
oh.
so it's one of those. But I mean, then I'm thinking, okay, literally they just doubled my medication, so. Yeah, so I was kind of feeling
You were feeling it, like feeling it.
so
feeling it.
that's one of the things. But as far as people, everybody that I know
Like has their own opinion, and you
Yeah.
respect it.
they have their own opinions. Some like to do certain things, others like to do others. And but as far as personal attacks, I haven't had any, so I've been lucky on that side.
Okay, that's awesome. I'm so happy to hear that because nobody should be attacked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so are hormones painful?
No, I mean they're not painful. You will feel tenderness, as your breasts are developing. You will feel a little bit on your hips as they're adjusting. It's not excruciating pain, but it's just an adjustment and something that it's something I embrace. Again, the most problems I have is more emotional because I tend to be up and down on the spectrum.
With the hormones and everything?
Yeah.
I can only imagine, like, going through phases, right?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's really hard. Okay, for anyone wanting to transition, what advice would you like to give them?
Do it. I mean, this is the happiest I've ever been my entire life. I hid for so many years. I've been out. Yes, I've had my roller coasters. I've lost some people in my life, but I've gained so much more. And I'm just much more happier than I ever used to be. So.
Okay, that's awesome. I'm so happy you're happy, and everybody should be happy. Like if you're going through a phase or you want to transition or whatever, don't give a fuck about what people think. Just do it. She just said it. Just do it.
Do it! Just do it!
That's her advice for y'all. Whoever wants to transition or is thinking about it, just do it. Okay, so have they escorted you out from the girls' restroom ever?
No.
You haven't had that experience?
I have never had that experience.
If you were to have that experience, what would your reaction be?
I would be a little embarrassed and I would just walk out. I wouldn't probably start anything. Maybe afterwards I might say something, but at the moment I wouldn't bring any more attention towards it. But but no, I have not been escorted out or told anything by the other ladies there. They've all been very welcoming, very friendly. So pretty much anywhere I go, I haven't run into that problem at all.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. Because, like, honestly, I mean, it's really hard. Because, like, a lot of people say, oh, it's because girls are going to feel... Yeah, but, I mean, they feel they're girls, too, Nobody should feel attacked at all, That's my opinion. Nobody should feel attacked at all.
No, we're not going to the restroom because it's like, ooh.
Because, like, y'all want to go do, like...
We're going to the restroom because we got to go to the restroom. And a lot of times, even though I've been widely accepted and nobody has told me anything or... I mean, a lot of times I've gotten a lot of compliments. People tell me I look great. People, like, say hi to me. Or they're like, can I take a picture with you? Or, like, something like that. But I've just gotten to the point where I need to go. That's
And
why
I feel-
I'm in there. I'm not in there for anything else.
See, girls, like if y'all feel attacked or whatever because a drag queen or a trans is in the restroom with y'all, don't even feel attacked. They're not in for that. They're in for the other thing. They need to go for number one, number two, or whatever they need to do, but they're not even going to touch you, harm you, or anything like that. So I just want people to understand that. I feel like for them, it's way more easier for them to join the girls' restroom than the men's restroom, because then that's very dangerous for
Yes.
trans women, right?
At that point, yes, I have never done that before where I go to, well, I'll take that back. I did it a couple of times at the very beginning when I first started transitioning, and guys would leave the restroom. They would like all take off. They didn't tell me anything, but they would like scatter and disappear.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, and so whatever. And then of course later on I was like, okay, I felt a little more comfortable when I started going to the women's restroom, and they've all been very welcoming, very nice. So I just started going, and I have no issues going female restrooms anymore.
Okay, and I hope it stays like that forever, because I don't want you to encounter any like fucked up people. You're very nice, you're very sweet,
Thank
and
you.
very supportive with drag queens and everything. I see it all. Okay, so you haven't gotten into any arguments because of discrimination, right? Because
No,
that's
I
the
have
next
not.
question.
No, I have not. I'm not an I guess a type of person. I don't like confrontation. So somebody says anything, I'm just like, okay, I let them have
you
their
just-
piece. I let them say what they gotta say, and I just back off. But again, I haven't ran into any of that. So, but I mean, that I would imagine that. Well, no, I would do that because I've also had people hitting on me, and they're like aggressive, and they keep coming, and I'm like, I just back off, and I have to have somebody else get in the way and tell them to leave,
So, like,
because
leave, yeah.
I'm not. That's not me.
You're
It's
not like a fighter. You're more of like,
No.
let me just turn away and never see this person ever again.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Well, that's good. I mean, you're really tall, so I'm pretty sure nobody would like to like even fuck with you because of your tallness, because that's what I get
I'm
when
not that tall.
when I get into drag. I don't use the big high heels, and you do. I've seen you. It's super cool when I see you with those big ass heels, and then I'm over here with my little heels. But I do the little heels because I'm already tall enough. So imagine me wearing like super big like
I've
tall
seen
heels.
some people do that.
Exactly, and I don't want to like go like this to like go through a door, So that's why I keep my heel short and simple, because
Okay.
I'm very tall. Okay, how do you hold yourself back from rude people? You already answered it, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay, what has been your biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge so far is basically my two brothers. I mean, I haven't had a relationship with them since I came out. So that's a little tough for me sometimes to swallow. But other than that, I mean, everyone in my family has accepted me, so they're all fine. My aunts, uncles, nieces, cousins.
Oh, that's awesome.
So everybody's good. It's just for some reason my two brothers are just like, no. And so I haven't had any contact with them whatsoever, and I think that does get to me every so often. And I mean, that's really the toughest thing I've gone through,
Yeah, and
to
I can
be honest.
imagine like it's your
So-
blood, but I'm pretty sure they'll come through. Sooner or later, they have to come through. I mean, if moms and dads come through, I'm pretty sure a brother is gonna do the same thing. And
Well,
they're
my
just
sis-
saying,
my sister was like that at first, but then about a few months later, she was like, "Hey, I love you," and she
Yeah.
she got over that. But I think for her it was more like a shock, and then of course she started like talking to me. She's like, "Oh well, I remember we were young, we would play these games, so now it makes sense." I was like,
oh, okay. She was rewinding. She was like,
Yes.
oh, okay, now I know.
So I think she needed that time to remember how I used to be when I was smaller and what makes sense to her now. So
Oh, okay. Well, good thing she accepted you. I'm pretty sure, and I wish you the best, and I hope your brothers accept you too, because you're a great person. Like
Thank you.
you're not that type of like fucked up person, or there's some people that are super horrible, and you're not that person. So that's really good.
thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, describe yourself in 3 words.
3 words.
Beautiful diva.
If you want to go by my wife, she describes me in two words: forgetful, ditzy, blonde.
Hey, that's a good one.
I'm like, okay, it's like you never used to forget anything. Now you're like a woman, and you're like all over the place. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm sorry.
You're a mix of emotions and everything.
Yes, it's like you forget this, you forget that, you don't go here, you don't go there, you don't do it. Like,
But
I'm
like
okay.
that, it's not even on the questions, but once you like, do you finish the process of transitioning and then you go back to your normal self, or do you stay like that, or?
You kind of have to continue on the estrogen and testosterone blockers. Now, if you do have the bottom surgery, then testosterone is no longer necessary. Estrogen, you may have a low dose or none at all because you naturally produce estrogen. But if you don't have the surgery, then you have to kind of keep doing it for life, basically.
Oh wow, for life. Wow, my respects to you all. I can barely take a shot at the doctor.
Oh, well, I'm taking pills, so mine is all pills.
Oh, okay. So there's shots and pills.
There's shots and pills. I just asked for injections to see what the difference is, because a lot of people are saying that you develop a lot more. But I mean, I already look so much different than I did 3 years ago. I did a comparative.
I saw it on Facebook.
Then, it's like a huge difference
Yeah,
from what I
is.
used to be. But you know, and again, I do know, I know I've been on HRT for like 2 years, almost 2.5 years, but I've only been under doctor's care for half a year.
Oh wow.
So when I started on my own, and I started with pills from Mexico. So I didn't want to overdo it or anything.
Like
and
overdose
I didn't
or
know,
anything like-
so I was taking very small amounts. So I started the process, but it wasn't the proper way of doing it.
Oh.
So once I actually started, that's when I've been seeing the bigger
like the big
changes.
results. So like from Mexico, it might work, might not work, or
No, it works. I saw some changes, but it's again, since I don't know how much I was supposed to be taking, and I wasn't doing blood work or
okay, yeah,
anything.
yeah.
I
You were
try
just
to,
like-
I try to keep it low, you know.
Oh, okay. So you were just literally just taking them, but there's like a certain dose you have to take
Yes,
because
there's
of
a
your
certain
body
dose.
weight, because of height,
Because
and
there's
everything.
such
Right?
thing as having too much estrogen that can affect you and will stop your growth. There's only certain levels you need to be at. Of course, there's too little estrogen, so you kind of have to be at a certain amount.
Okay.
Same thing with testosterone.
Like well
You
balanced?
have to have a bit of testosterone in there in order to help balance it out, but not a lot. And mine was a little higher, so it was kind of. So yeah, no, they the first few months they messed with it, they changed it, and now I'm kind of settling a little more.
You're balanced.
They did, well, they did. Like I said last week, they did up it a bit because they said, okay, you're have the right results, but you need a little more of this. So they kind of
okay.
doubled one of the medications, and I think that's what threw me off.
Okay, but you're like, at the end of the day, you're the professional, so go ahead and do whatever
Yes.
you want.
Exactly.
Okay. Alrighty, so what do you think about banning drag? What's your point of view about all the chaos happening right now?
Well, I think it's crazy. Drag is basically an art form. It's an acting. That's what people do. A lot of people in drag, they're not trans. They're just guys. A lot of them are gay guys. Some of them are straight guys. I've actually met some straight guys that just do drag. They
like the art.
They like the art. They said they turn a certain way. They turn into a certain persona, and all they do is they go perform. They put the act, and a lot of them, it's so hot. They don't want to stay like that. They don't want to be seen like that. They want to grow their beard, so they go and they take it all off immediately afterwards. They're not, women per se. They're women impersonators, but it's more for a performance.
Like for fun.
Yeah. I mean, it's something that people used to do back then. All the actors, from back in the past, all the ones that dressed up as women, they were men.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of them.
and
And there's
it's
still some, right now.
Yes. So, I mean, I just think it's crazy of everything that they're doing. They're trying to ban. I think it's I was reading into it, and I think it's more because they're targeting trans women, not necessarily trans men or drag people themselves. I think it was more to target the trans women.
Oh, okay. And I just feel like I know I shouldn't talk about this, but I want to talk about it because it's my channel. That shooter from that school that shot down, and they kept on emphasizing, oh, it was a trans woman. It was a trans woman. It was a trans woman. And it was a trans man. I mean, a trans man. And I just feel like they wanted to target homophobic people so we can get hated on way more, right?
And to me, I saw that and I'm like, okay, yeah, they're mentioning it way too much that it was trans person.
Like, it was pretty obvious.
Which it turns it negative. But then at the same time, I start thinking, it's like, why would a trans person go and do that? Because it's not something that is normally seen.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I'm guessing she went back and targeted the same school that she used to attend. My guess is she got bullied not just by the students, but by teachers as well. People told her things, and growing up, and she just kind of had enough. And I mean, she went about it the wrong way. It's not something I would ever do, but there's a lot of deeper issues that go into it, and just people just need to heal from within first.
All right. Horrible world that we live in, like, now, right?
It's bad.
Yeah, it's bad. We should make it better. We are the ones that can make it way better. We the people. There you go. Is it hard to live as a trans woman day by day? I'm pretty sure, like, the hardest part...
It hasn't been so hard for me because I own my own business, so I work for myself. Nobody can really tell me anything.
Oh, okay.
Plus, I work from home, so it's kind of, hey, what are you gonna tell me, really?
No,
so it's been an easy way for me to transition, and that's one thing that my wife does bring up. It's like, you're lucky that we have, our businesses. Because if not, then what would you do if you had a job that you had to go to? And now something like that, yeah. And I haven't had to experience that. So to me, being a transgender woman has been fairly easy, and I dress up, as often as I want, and I just have to go out to eat for dinner with her family, to go to movies. I'm always pretty much always dressed up.
Wow, I couldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to do it because, like, if I do my makeup, as soon as my sis is gone, I'm gonna put all this away, and I'm just gonna live my normal life how I always do it, and I wouldn't be able to do makeup every day. That's why I'm not doing drag shows right now, because I'm focusing on my YouTube channel, and I have to take off my beard. I love my beard. I feel like when I'm dressed up as a guy, like, my beard is my makeup. Because if I take off my makeup, I feel so stupid. I feel like I don't feel myself. And I like to record my my YouTube videos with my beard on, the makeup. I feel like it's more controversial, so I don't know.
Gives you something else to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Take us back to your teenage years. Was it hard?
No. Actually, I was, I did see the cheerleaders, I did see these, and I wanted to do certain things with them. It's like, I used to always hang out just with women. A lot of people thought I was just hanging, with them because I'm trying to hit her, and I was like, no, I wanted to hear the gossip and talk and this and that.
The gossip, the cheese,
like, come on, girl, good. So it was one of those, but it's like, I mean, I was pretty popular then, so it wasn't one of those where you kind of had me by myself or things like that. It's like, I was, a football player, and I was pretty good, so I was well known, I was also in, like, track and field, things like that, and so I did pretty good. So people knew me, and a lot of times people, like, especially during the lunch times, they, like, every day you would see me at a different table with a different group. Some day with the cheerleaders, another day with the bands, another day with the jocks, another day.
Wow.
So I was always somewhere with someone. Again, I was popular back then, so it wasn't something that, it was so hard on me as far as, people trying to pick on me. That they never did. But again, I also did hide myself, as far as being a transgender back then. I never told anybody. No one ever knew. All those thoughts I had were always in my head, but I never, like, expressed them.
Oh, okay. So like, they always knew, but they respected you as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, with me, I did get bullied in school. I got bullied so much that I have a very like sad story. I don't know if you want to hear it.
Sure.
I didn't have friends.
Oh.
And when lunch would come around, I would get so much anxiety because I didn't know who to sit with, and I didn't want to sit by myself. So one time, I honestly, like dead ass, I went to the restroom and I ate in the restroom. Like in the stall.
Wow.
I ate in the stall because I didn't have friends. I didn't have nobody. Like, because they would bully me. Oh, you're gay. They gave me that $1 million question. Can I ask you a question? I'm like, sure. Are you gay? You know? And I would always get that question every single day of my life.
Wow.
In school, when I was in middle school and my high school years, and then once I went into like my junior year, I'm like, oh, that's it, bitches, that is it. And that's when I snapped back, and that's when they never ever did it again. So
No.
sometimes you just have to fight it, you know.
You fucking you bloody bastard bitch. Fuck you. Bloody fuck you.
Of course. I mean, I've never had to, I never came out again. My parents were very religious. My dad was a preacher.
No,
My
okay.
mom was a Sunday school teacher. So it was one of those where we were at church 3-4 times a week, and it was like, oh yeah, they're gonna be okay with me telling them about myself. So it's not something that I ever. It crossed my mind to just tell them,
Just
this is
like
how I
push
feel.
through it.
Yeah, because it was like, no, I have to be out of this environment, out of all this, just to try and
To be
figure
yourself
out
and be
who
happy.
I am. And it took a bit because with time, it's like, okay, the more I hid, the easier it was to just keep it that way because I'm already used to it. But at the same time, I was miserable. You know, I wasn't happy. And I would see the things around me, and I'd be like, oh, I wish I could do that. Oh, I want to go there. Oh, I want to do that. And it's like, so now that I'm out, now that I've been transitioning, now I can do all that.
Man,
And
I'm
it's
so
like-
happy for you.
it's
I'm
like,
literally
thank
so
you.
happy for you.
So no, I'm doing everything I want. My wife's been very supportive of it, so I feel I'm very blessed right now.
No, okay. And you are, and you've been blessed since the start. Because look at everything I went through. If I would tell you everything I went through, this video would be like 3 hours long. What or who inspired you to do drag?
I was actually pushed into it.
Really?
So it was one of those months that PBD had like newcomers competitions or things like that. There was, and well, my wife was the one that told Josie, is like, oh, she needs to get in it, this and this and that, and I was like, no. Well, one of those times I went to the restroom. By the time I came back, they had already conspired on what day I was gonna do it, everything like that.
They planned it.
They had already planned it. Isidro was gonna get me a gown and hair, and then Malita was gonna do my makeup, and it was like, okay, so everything was planned. So I came back and I was like, okay, you're in. I was like, what?
I mean, where?
And what? Like, okay, Sansa's doing this, and then you went over the whole thing. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm like, no.
And what made you what made you decide to like go with the flow? Like you weren't scared or
easygoing. No, I mean, I'm very easygoing. Plus, I like the shows. I don't mind it, and I've always fantasized myself, dancing and doing stuff.
Yeah,
and I love to dance. I do love to dance. If you see me, like, if you ask Buffy, like, we're sitting there, like, I'm like looking at half the time. It's like, are we gonna dance? Or are we gonna sit here all night? And she's like, fine, we dance. It's like, but it's like.
And y'all dance like Spanish music and English music.
Yeah, a lot of it is Spanish. Yeah.
You know Spanish, really?
That was my first language.
¡Viva México, cabrones! A ver, dime algo en español. I've never heard you speak Spanish, so I'm
because my
excited.
wife is Polish, so she only speaks Polish and
American.
and American, so.
Oh.
Pero yo sí hablo español.
¡Calla! Si habla español, besties. Es que yo lo conozco ya desde hace tiempo. Y saber que sabe español, es que nunca habla español por su esposa, porque su esposa habla otros 2 idiomas, que es inglés y...
Polaca.
Polaca, poloco, eso. Y por eso, pues, yo creo que por respeto, ¿verdad? Para que no se vaya a ofender su esposa. Pero qué padre. Pues yo también, yo hablo mucho español. Y tú
Pues
sabes.
es lo único que hablo con mi familia. O sea, cuando miro a mi mamá o mi hermanas, nomás llegan. Puedo estar hablando inglés con mi esposa, nomás entran ellos y comienzo a hablar
Y
español.
el chisme en español.
Y después le digo disculpa, and then I start speaking English again for her.
You start
So,
being a translator.
Yeah. Well, and she's actually started understanding a lot.
Mhm.
So she's picking up a lot, but if you're talking too fast, then she'll be lost.
She'll
But
be
if
like,
you-
hey, slow down.
yeah. Or if you text her, she'll in Spanish, she'll be able to respond too.
Wow.
So it's like she can read it, this and this, but it has to be slow at her pace, you know. But if you say like something real fast to her, she'll be like, no entiendo.
Me no speak español.
Yeah.
Okay, bueno, pues those were all my questions for today, besties. Those were my questions for you. Thank you so much for answering, Kaya.
Of course.
Me caes muy, muy bien desde que te agregué en Facebook y todo. No nos conocemos como hangout ni nada, pero siempre me ha caído muy bien. Siempre me ha caído muy bien y pues yo creo que yo también, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Y pues, ¿alguna pregunta para mí o algo que le quieras decir a mis besties? Mis besties es el nombre de mis supporters. Because I don't like to say supporter, follower, nothing like that. I like to say like besties. Like, they're all besties. So they support me, they're my besties, real quick.
Nice. Well, I'll be honest, not really. I don't have anything to add.
No? Is it your first time like being on a camera, in a camera?
Interviewed, yes. No, not as a transgender woman, yes. Before, like I said, you know, football, basketball, this and that. I was
Like the
interviewed back in the days, but so I wasn't on camera a lot. But you know, an actual one-on-one interview like this, yeah, this is first time.
Well, you did amazing. I loved this interview. I loved it. I loved your vibe. Y cómo me contestabas. Todo muy, muy bien. I'm very Spanglish. But at first I thought you didn't speak Spanish. That's why I was like, like getting rid of all my English. But I usually do the Spanglish.
Okay, do the Spanglish.
Bueno, besties, pues yo ya me retiro. Espero les haya gustado el video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll be back with another video. Like I said previously, besties, if y'all want to see a video with my ex and I, like my ex-girlfriend.
Oh?
Yeah, I had an ex-girlfriend and I already ya me contacté con ella y todo. So you might be seeing like a video with my ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll be the ex-girlfriend tag or an interview with her. But I'm pretty sure my besties would like to know like my past life, like my hetero life. So I feel like that's gonna be very memorable, very cool. So, all right, never look back, always look forward. Bye, besties.